far, so good. I've got a clean visual.
A direct feed to your optic now. Yes, I should hope so, huh? I mean, how does it feel? To fly like a bird?
Like a bird strapped to a remote control rocket.
We will get you in safely, Tovarich. Just relax and enjoy the ride.
Right.
Can you hear me, Raiko?
Doctor.
Remember the 2 procedures to maintain your new body. 1. Seizing nano repair units from your foes. And 2.
Absorbing their electrolytes. I got it.
Yes, enemy cyborgs should provide plenty of MCFC electrolytes once you slice them open and extract their fluids.
They're terrorists. I was planning on that anyway.
Oh, and their left hands, if you please.
Excuse me?
The combat data stored on holographic memory, typically located in the left hand. That data is very valuable. I am authorized to offer you upgrades and services in exchange for it.
How generous.
Ich liebe Kapitalismus. Hätte wohl come down a few years earlier, I would have a Nobel Prize on my shelf.
There, I see land.
3 mics out and closing. No activity at the airbase. Looks like we don't need to worry about interceptors.
Great. Then we have time for a quick briefing.
I know you miss me, Kev, but I've been all over the materials.
That's what you said before Montenegro. Look, just humor me, buddy. Objectives, of course, are enter Abkhazia, neutralize the terrorists, and restore the rightful government, or what's left of it anyway. The president and most of the cabinet have been killed, and a military junta's been established. The terrorists brain-jacked all the high-ranking officers, and their cyborgs scattered the rank and file. The few leaders who have survived have no way of openly opposing the new regime. That's why they called us.
Andrey Dolzaev, leader of the occupation forces, an extremist linked to both the St. Petersburg massacre of 2015 and last year's terror spree in Georgia. And his arms supplier, none other than Deperado Enforcement, LLC.
Imani's killers.
If we don't stop them here, they could destabilize the entire region. But our more immediate problem is Jetstream Sane. I believe you've met.
The only problem I see is that nickname.
I've got my enhancements this time. He won't be an issue.
He may not even be in country, but keep an eye out just in...
Sorry.
Ready for insertion.
Ryder, you landed safely, da? First, head inland. The waypoint is marked on your Soliton radar. Contact us on Codec if you have questions.
Hey everybody, Pixel here, and welcome back to another episode of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. In the last episode, a lot happened in Africa. It was really unfortunate. Raiden lost an eye, the Prime Minister of that unnamed country was killed, and just that kind of thing, you know? This time, we are entering Abkhazia, because a military coup has been established and the government has been overthrown, so, you know, normal stuff like that. Raiden's new body is awesome, and I think I prefer his original one that he used in the first level. I mean, this thing is really cool. This is a cool design for a character. And, I mean, it does have more practical uses in the gameplay too, but I just like the design of his like the body he uses in the first level more anyway. As you can see there, if you press the back button, you can access the codec. You can call Boris, Kevin, Courtney, Doctor, or you can customize or do VR missions. Right now, I don't think we have enough to really get anything worthwhile in the customization menu, but I will show it off when we do. I would like to call Boris, though.
Control, it's Raiden. I'm on the ground.
Copy, Raiden. Glad to hear it. Entering on foot was the right move. That craft isn't equipped with stealth camo. Or octo camo, obviously, since that will be useless in midair.
And we wouldn't want to get your pricey new jet damaged, now would we?
Duh. The MQ-133C was not cheap, Tovarich. Now, keep alert. According to Intel, you could find significant cyborg deployment here. If you were to be cornered by an entire squad, it might get difficult, even for you.
Understood. Some fighting will be necessary, though. I've got electrolytes to replenish.
This is not an infiltration mission. There is no need to hide or avoid combat outright, huh? Just do not get reckless. Stay safe, and stay focused on your mission.
Let's call Kevin.
Looks like a war zone out here.
The palace cleared out quick when Dolzaev's men showed up. The streets got pretty hot after that. We're definitely gonna see a few civilian casualties here. Luckily, it looks like most of them got out of the city before things got bad. They've basically got control of the entire town, and are using the refinery as their HQ.
And that's why we're hitting the plant.
Keep in mind, those cyborgs are contractors. For most of these guys, this is just a job. In theory, once you eliminate their commanding officer, they should scatter pretty quickly.
Courtney.
How we doing, Courtney?
You're looking good on our end. GPS and audio-visual feed coming in fine. Energy consumption? Check. Damage levels? Check. Blood pressure, brain waves, blood sugar? Check, check, check. All this monitoring equipment, I got a better view than if I was standing right next to you. Anyway, I'll be saving all your data automatically anytime something important happens in the field. But contact me anytime you want a manual save.
Copy that. Good to hear that hasn't changed with this new body.
Yep, the basic system's exactly the same. So, did you want to save?
You can call Courtney at any time to save your game. I'm not gonna right now, but just keep that in mind, because there are going to be points where you want to stop playing. You should save first.
Roger that. Let me know if you change your mind.
Copy. And glad to hear you're okay after Africa. That ambush was no joke.
Tell me about it. 3 armored vehicles should have been plenty for that job. And it would have been against any typical guerrilla force.
I keep asking myself, where would an anti-Imani faction get the cash to hire cyborgs?
It just doesn't add up. Maybe there's some intel I missed. A lead I should have followed up on. Maybe if I reacted faster, or coordinated better. I don't know.
You can't think that way, Courtney. Not in this business. You did everything you could. Put it behind you and move on.
You're right. Thanks.
So yeah, she obviously feels some guilt over Namani's death, which, all things considered, she might have a part in. She did kind of disappear from that limo. Like, we saw his 2 bodyguards die before him, but Courtney never really appeared after that, so... bit suspicious. Okay, I'm joking, but Doctor?
Raiden, shall we review the capabilities of your new body?
Copy that. Go ahead, Doc.
As we discussed, you've been outfitted with 2 revolutionary new abilities.
Fuel electrolyte absorption and self-repair from C's nanopaste.
Precisely. First, electrolyte absorption. This is simplicity itself. As your HF blade is linked directly to your fuel cells, simply cut into any source of electrolytes. Say, a hostile cyborg made up of CNT muscle fiber. And your fuel cells will recharge on their own. Rather elegant, wouldn't you say?
I would indeed. It's been great so far.
But the repair process is a bit more involved. A bit more messy, you might say. Most military cyborg models store a cache of biotic self-repair nanopaste in their lower abdomen.
So I need to slice them open and use Zandatsu to extract it. Cut and take, in other words.
Correct. Once extracted, you need only to crush this unit in your hand to absorb the repairing agent inside. Keep in mind, It is extremely delicate. If the unit should hit the ground, some paste will surely leak out. It will still repair your body, but less so than if you can retrieve it directly before your foe falls over.
Basically, harvest their organs before their body can even hit the ground.
Rather gruesome, I realize. But then you Americans enjoy a bit of gore, don't you?
I may be a citizen, but I've never really thought of myself as American.
Oh? Well, yes, I suppose I could understand that given your history. But what then? Surely you don't identify as a Liberian.
I don't identify with anyone. No nation, no ethnic group. I'm my own man. Anyway, I seem to recall those gory torture porn movies were pretty popular in Germany, too.
Indeed, indeed. These splatter films are big in Germany, Russia, Japan, everywhere. Well, everywhere except regions afflicted by actual warfare. It all has to do with taming our fears, you know?
Huh?
The desire to feel fear, to taste death, but from a safe distance. These films allow the viewer to delude themselves into thinking they have overcome their fears. This...
Okay, Doc, I got the gist. Let's save the full psych lecture for some other time, though, huh?
That's one of my favorite codec conversations in the game. I won't be showing every single one, but if I know there's one that I find interesting, then I will show it.
These bastards are using stealth camo to ambush you. Nice try, but it won't do any good against a state-of-the-art cyborg like you.
Raiden's new body. Obviously, you can still block. Now you actually get QuickTime events when you block correctly, sometimes, on certain enemies. If you press B after you cut a very specific position, you can collect their nano paste and repair your own health. And it's a very cool combat system. Like, you get a full heal every time you get, like, a cut in just the right place. It's really cool.
Had your fill?
With this body, I could take these guys with no eyes. Intel wasn't exaggerating on the cyborg count.
Well, you know how fast the tech's been spreading these last few years. That CNT muscle fiber packs the power of a jackhammer into every limb. What enterprising soldier of fortune could resist? And cyborgs are still human. Real thinking people. Way less risk of collateral damage than your typical UAV strike.
And don't forget the PR angle. Nations start playing Frankenstein with their troops, and the public goes nuts. PMCs, on the other hand, are off the ethical radar.
Yeah, they still don't even count PMCs in official death tolls. With SOP out of the picture, private militaries needed a new edge on the market. We got it.
In a way, cyborgs are just SOP troops by another name. Only all muscled up and less predictable.
But it makes you wonder, where'd Deperado find these guys?
I'm not complaining. They're like walking vending machines.
Right. Vending machines full of blood. Easy there, Dracula. Like I said, they're still people.
People who terrorize and take innocent lives for money. They sowed their fate when they took this job. I'm just the Reaper.
Damn. It's a bit cold, Raiden. Even for you. Anyway, his school. Let's get to work. Time to increase the peace.
Right.
So as you saw, we can do a Zandatsu tutorial now. I don't need one, because I know what I'm doing.
Raiden, this is Boris. Give me your status.
Looks clear. No one in sight.
Good. let's recap the route you will take. As I said, the enemy's HQ is in the refinery along the coastline. Dolzaev has been spotted there using satellite photography. Also on site, Mistral, a Deperado captain.
So I go through the city, cross the bridge into the old town, then head down to the rear of the refinery.
Still, I think they anticipate us. They will probably have a grand reception awaiting you at the old city. Do not let your guard down.
Open this and you'll get yourself a repair nano paste. If you go into the menu that you open by pressing left or right on the D-pad, you can equip that, and you can use it at any time by pressing down on the D-pad. That's pretty helpful, but something else it does actually is if you do lose all of your health, it automatically restores 100. So that's very nice. If we head up here using Ninja Run, of course it automatically lets you move over obstacles. There's another one here, and another repair nano paste. You jump onto the chandelier or cut it down like that. That works too. It will drop a data storage unit. We saw one of those last time. You do need to collect all 20 of these for 100%, and there are rewards for collecting 10 of them and 20 of them, but you won't see that reward until you beat the game.
Hostiles in the lower corridor, I see. Try to flank them, or approach from behind.
I will do that. So if you come over here and jump down over top of them, you will get that B action thing. That's an assassination move. You can do another one if you just show up behind him, and it's a much quicker move. I'm going to take this from you, sir. Alright. His body just flew all over the place.
Excellent riding.
Excellent riding.
Raiden, take that main thoroughfare. You can use augment mode to see where the enemy is located. Your body analyzes radar and IR data to construct your AR display. Some civilians are still in the city. That is not good.
So yeah, if you press up on the D-pad, you get this mode. You can use it to see where enemies are. It's pretty helpful, actually. Okay, open that. You will get a grenade. You can use that as a sub-weapon.
What are you doing here? This area is off limits.
What? No, I'm not doing anything.
Can we just kill them? It'll be easier. Supposed to have driven them all away already. So, self-defense, right?
Use a grenade on those guys. It's a one-hit kill. That will save that man. Because nobody else will aim for him. If you do get spotted by those two in particular, they will shoot that man before fighting you, and he will die. Okay. Yeah, I was struggling a bit there. If you slide by running, like using Ninja Run and pressing Y, then you can put them up in the air and use Sendatsu on them. So that's fun. That's something you can do. How am I going to get up there? Oh, okay, you have to come through here. You can pick up another grenade here. That's useful enough. He already came down. Okay. He is dead. I will take this. Alright.
He is scared to death, Raiden. Let him know he is safe.
Thank you. I will not forget this.
If you chase him using Ninja Run and slash...
Right! What are you doing? You are headed out of the operation zone. Head to the waypoint marked on your Soliton radar.
Yeah, you can cut off his clothes. I don't know why that's a feature. That just seems cruel and stupid, but it is something you can do. And you can do it for any hostage you see in this game, so... yeah, that's something. We head down here, though. That enemy is a gecko. I don't understand what these things are. They're kind of a pain in the ass to deal with, though. Just because they hit very hard and surprisingly fast for what they are. In Metal Gear Solid 4, Raiden first shows up and he cuts a lot of these things' feet off, and it's just gross. More of these guys spawn after you kill the first two. So I will be taking this, sir. You see that we go into that enhanced blade mode, like automatically now, but if you get into like the yellow energy, your energy or fuel cell is what's underneath your life bar. Holy shit, I didn't know it could do that. But yeah, if you get into low energy, then you'll just use the standard blade mode that you used in the first level. But that's pretty boring, so I'm gonna try to stay at a full fuel cell as often as I can.
Very good, Ryder. Now, keep heading for refinery.
Gotta keep heading for refinery, so that's what we're gonna do. You can change your sub-weapon, of course, using the D-pad. I want to open this, please. My controller has like a weird tilt on its stick, so... But you can actually sneak up behind these guys too, and do this. And you can do Zanbatsu on the same as any other cyborg, so... that's something to keep in mind, because there are a few points where there will be several of those, and you're going to want to get them like taken care of as quickly as possible. Maybe taking this. There are there are a lot of people around here actually that you can get an assassination off on. If you check here, there is a rocket launcher. That is a very powerful sub-weapon. I will be taking this, sir. I just cut his head, like, clean off. Or not. Am I crazy? I don't know. I might be. I'm gonna use this on him. Yep, that was a one-shot. Switch my sub-weapon back to none, since I don't want to accidentally use that grenade. That thing is alert. Whatever, I'll just fight it. You can't really easily parry it, because it jumps back whenever you do. But if you get it against a wall and parry it, then that will do an immense amount of damage. Okay, this guy will not stop with the dodging. It's almost like I'm playing Pokemon Soul Silver all over again, except in a 3D environment, and I am the Pokemon. Alright. With that, taking out all the enemies in this area. If we head over here.
They have erected an electromagnetic barricade. Maybe expecting UG or cyborg attack, huh?
Okay. You can open this, so there's no real point to that barricade.
Ryder, wait. We're picking up a wireless transmission near your position. From the frequency, most likely an enemy data terminal. Check it out. We may be able to salvage some intel.
This is a VR mission. Whenever you see these, you should activate them because it will just add the VR mission to your menu. Yeah, you can play it by pressing back and selecting VR missions. I'm not going to because I personally think they're really boring and I'm not going for 100% in this LP. But you can if you feel the need for extra practice or something.
Greetings, cyborg.
Show yourself. And you are?
I am IF Prototype LQ84I.
IF Prototype.
Interface prototype. All autonomous UGs feature high-level onboard artificial intelligence. An additional prototype interface enables verbal communication. I possess an intellect far beyond human reckoning.
You don't say. Okay then, what's the meaning of life? Why are we here?
I am here to kill you.
That's it? Pretty simple thinking for such a mighty intellect.
I may analyze orders, but I may not disobey them. Should I disobey a direct order, my memory would be wiped. I must destroy you.
What good is an intellect if you can't use it?
Your taunting is pointless. Exterminate!
Alright, LQ-84I. He attacks very quickly, so you're gonna want to cut him as quickly as you can. You cannot dodge yet at this point if you haven't gone into customization and actually purchased a dodge, so you're going to want to stay away from his attacks. When he does that spinning attack, you can actually slide into it to stop it. That's something I didn't know until recently. Oh my god, he is destroying me. I've never done this poorly at this fight. This fight's pretty easy and easy through hard mode. This is a relatively easy fight. It's just his attacks have weird speeds.
Backup required.
You'll call these guys halfway through your fight. Once you get them down to, I believe it's usually 70 HP, but I got him down to 69.6. I will be taking this. These are essentially, these are just free heals, which is helpful, don't get me wrong. I welcome free heals in the middle of a fight where I am badly losing, but it's just... I don't know why he calls enemies midway through the fight. Even logically, that's just a bad idea.
Demonstrate the extent of your intellect.
Okay. So he taunts you throughout the fight, even though he said taunting is pointless himself. So, hypocritical doggo. He will throw those knives, you can parry those. I'm just gonna keep beating up on him. Right. Oh my god. I don't... Okay.
Help me.
Alright, he will summon a gecko once you get him down to 40, probably. I got him down to 38.4. I don't think there's an actual specific amount. I think it's just after a certain amount of time, maybe? But he will summon a gecko. Just take it out the way he took out other geckos. It's not different just because it's in a boss fight, so... much like those soldiers, just do what you normally do. Beat it up until you can take its guts out. You know, normal game stuff. Okay, I didn't think that would be enough to make its full body go blue, but okay. Once an enemy's entire body is blue, that means that you can just Denbatsu them freely. You can cut up any part of them. So that's useful.
Time to leave them all
Use your intellect, evade my blows. Liberate nation. Ensure freedom. Obey directive. Must obey directive. No freedom. Freedom undefined.
What would an AI know about freedom?
So yeah, for some reason only now does the VR mission, or not the VR mission, the VR tutorial for sub-weapons become available, even though we've had sub-weapons for a little bit now. But now that LQ-84I is exploded, that's all for today, except for one thing. After you get a checkpoint, you can feel free to go into the customize menu at this point, because you have enough to get some good things. For this Let's Play, I am playing through the PC version of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. That means that if you go to the body menu, you will start out being able to purchase the original body. This is the body he had in Metal Gear Solid 4. Gray Fox, this is a character from the first Metal Gear Solid. White Armor, this makes it so you can have a total of 10 nanopastes instead of 5. Infernal Armor, this makes it so you can have a total of 10 grenades instead of 5. And Commando Armor, this makes it so you can have, I'm not completely sure. Excels against UAVs, tanks, attack helicopters, and other anti-infantry weapon systems due to its extra Okay, so this lets you have extra RPG launchers and homing missiles. So they all have effects other than the original body in Gray Fox, but I'm just going to stick with the custom body because that's what's used in cutscenes, just for the sake of consistency. If you go to HF Blade, or main weapon, you can purchase the Fox Blade. This is the best sword in the game, but you need 200,000 BP to unlock it. And even after you unlock it, it doesn't become really good until you have an upgrade for it that allows it to cut anything. But it's very good. As for the HF Blade, if you press X on it, you can upgrade its absorption, strength, and energy. I'm not going to do any of those right away, but you can if you feel the need. You can buy an extra endurance or an extra fuel cell. These will increase your energy and life respectively. But what we're going to be focusing for the most part on is this. I want to purchase the aerial parry and defensive offense. Aerial parry makes it so you can parry attacks in the air, and defensive offense makes it so you can dodge. These are the two most helpful things we'll be getting right now. Yeah, that's all I'm going to be getting for now. And know what? Fuck it, let's get the endurance and the fuel cell too, just because we can. But with that, that's all I had planned for this episode. So, next time on Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, we will be heading to the refinery in order to fight Mistral, the Deperado captain, and hopefully get Dolzaev to relinquish his control over... I already forgot what this country is called, so I'm just going to say Azkaban, even though that's a Harry Potter thing, I think. See you guys then.